Good evening. Welcome to Fantastic Dimensions. This is session 4, I think, of Rogues to Riches. So we left you guys off. It was about 3:30 in the afternoon on the 10th of October, 1631. We have Marius and Francis, who had both snuck into Karlstadt and were rather taken aback, perhaps, by some of the things that they had seen there. I'm not sure. What would you find more disturbing, lads? Would it be the just the kind of state of debauchery that a lot of the city you find is in, or would it be the horrible demonic creatures walking around the city?
Both.
Both. Fair. Okay. So yeah, so that all happened. You did talk to one of the witches. You talked to the Joy, whose name is Ludmilla Ruder. You spoke to her at the, I'll just go with the English title for now, the Enlightened Whorefucker. You tried to get some information out of her about a couple of things, but she, for the first thing you had asked her, she said she wanted you to go out and steal one of the Milizionaire's hats while naked and bring it back to her. And for the second bit of information that you asked, which I remember specifically, I think was about the creatures, the monsters, she said you would have to bring her back a lock of the Defender's hair. Who the Defender is, from everything you've heard, another one of the witches. So you were given a list of names before you left Würzburg to come here of the 7. Their names that you were given were Griselda Urlitz, Emma Gabges, Ludmilla Ruder, Ulrika Lamprecht, Jutta Beckmann, Hedwig Meinecke, and Ingeborg Stoltz. Apologies if I butchered any of those names, but those were the 7 names you were given. So you already know that Ludmilla Ruder is known as the Joy. And you also did see, although you didn't speak to, you did see the provider when she was in the town square feeding, creating food with her horrible creature. Her name is Jutta Beckmann. So you did see her. Let's pop those up on the screen real quick, just for another little reminder and little visual stuff. To get this way. So, you guys are trying to figure out how you were going to stay in the city for the next 20 hours before the gates open, I guess, before you can, basically leave.
Yep.
I suppose you weren't feeling too great about that, but well, you're in. You were sent. You went in to get information, and you have got some information for sure. So that was Ludmilla, and here was Jutta. Right? Is that her name? Yeah, Jutta. Yeah. Those are the 2. Oh, of course, and you did see the Watcher who sits above the gate before you were able to come into town. Of course, you had to pass by her. She's the one who checks to see if anybody is trying to sneak weapons into the city, apparently through magic. I don't know why that won't equal the same size as whatever. They're close enough. Fuck it. And I think those are the only ones that you've met. And of course, you've seen several of the creatures too. Yeah. So there you go. That's a few of the witches who you have encountered anyway. And aside from, of course, the fact that you know that they're witches and there are these horrible monsters roaming around town, you've seen 2 of them with the Watcher and 1 with the Provider. The Joy didn't seem to have one with her when you saw her, but you also did notice other ones roaming around town. But aside from those demons, or whatever you want to call them, that they seem to have some dominion over, you haven't really seen them do anything particularly witchy. Then again, what is witch-like behavior, I suppose? They're in charge of the town. They've somehow taken it over and convinced the populace to follow them as the rulers of Karlstadt. So, I mean, I guess there must be some kind of witchery going on, right? What else did you guys find out in town? You saw you saw a couple of different hospitals. One hospital with the infirm, and another hospital with the insane. You saw the piles of bodies being stored in the cemetery and the mass graves and the stacked up inside the mausoleums at the cemetery next to the old church. And you've learned that there's some kind of a plague going on, which is always fun, isn't it? Plagues? Yes. We love plagues.
Can't wait.
The town is overcrowded. There's no rooms available or anything of that sort. So you guys probably going to be sleeping on the street. It would seem.
Yep.
And
there's not a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep seems unlikely. I think we should, if we sleep, obviously one of us must be up at all times. It's probably not safe, even without weapons.
Right. And you picked up a few rumors as well. I don't necessarily remember all the rumors that you did pick up. I hope you guys kept track. But you had also heard a few rumors while you were in the town. In fact, Jasper had picked up a rumor or two outside of the town at the refugee camp as well.
Indeed.
So, let's see something here real quick. How long does that take? Okay. And that's what I'm looking for.
Crap, did I write that down?
Oh, yes, I do need to pull up the character sheets of the characters who I'll be taking care of. Let me see here. That would be characters Diggory and Albin. Oh, just while I'm thinking of it, Francis, what's your poison save?
That would be 12.
12. Okay. And what about yours, Marius?
What? What again? Sorry.
Your poison save?
11.
11. Okay. Cool. Good. Okay, Philip, you're back. Felipe, I should say. You're muted as well. I've muted you. Please remember to mute your microphone when you leave us again. So, what page is that information on? Cool. Do you remember the rumors that you had heard, or do you need me to go back and take a quick look? Do you guys remember the information that you discovered?
I can't remember what I heard. I thought I wrote it down, but apparently not.
I remember everything that I heard.
Yes, because you weren't here. I'm trying to see if I recall. No. Somebody had heard this one. I don't remember who it was, so I'm just going to read it out loud. And one of you will hopefully remember hearing this from somebody. Somebody had said, there's a lion or something out there. I seen it in the swamp once. I was lucky to get away. Stole a lot of people even before this all started. My mom said it was doing this even when she was a kid. Anybody remember hearing that one?
I do remember hearing that. I don't know if it was my character, but I remember you saying it.
That was one of the rumors for sure. Excuse me. Pardon. Okay. There's another one. Somebody heard about. Somebody said they knew the 7 before this all started. There was 8 of them then. Does that sound familiar?
And that
No?
one of them was. Oh no, maybe. Okay.
Yeah, the bunch there is now all used to hang around with a woman named Bauer.
I don't know if we did hear that one.
Maybe not. Maybe I just gave you an extra one. Okay. And I seem to think. Well, maybe that's it then, because none of the rest of these look like anything else that I read to you, I don't think. Okay. So there you go. Oh, yes, here's one. Sorry. I do remember this one. I think this is the one that actually Jasper had heard.
Mhm.
That west of the Rothenfels is an ancient tower, supposedly from Roman times, but they certainly didn't build anything like that even in their own lands. Nobody goes near it. It's creepy. That's the one. Yeah, the other one I probably gave you for free, but I'll say it again anyway, just because. And I'll just say that you all could have heard it. Basically, you've heard the rumor from multiple sources that, yeah, before all of the start of the 7 were actually 8. And the 7 who remain plus a woman named Bauer.
What do they mean by 7? What do they mean by 8? They started off with magic and demons as 8, or that they hung around with each other before this all started?
No, just that there was 8 of them that hung around. There were no demons then. The demons didn't arrive until after they took over the town, or around the same time.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what you would hear from people in the refugee camp.
Anything about their personalities individually?
Nothing solid. No, not really. I suppose if you ask around long enough, you might pick up some more information if you keep pressing about it. You gotta do that with most of the day.
I don't know. What did Jesper and them want to do while our friends were inside?
That's a good question, because Jasper was the only one whose player was actually present. So
I was going to relax because I know that as a fighting man, when you get a chance to relax, you take it. So I was going to relax, maintain my equipment, keep an eye on all of our stuff to make sure nobody tries to get cheeky with it.
Getting cheeky with it. Boo, doo, boo, boo,
And
boo.
yeah, just wait for the guys to return.
What about the woman, Proud Mary or whatever her name was? Did she come back out?
The whore?
Her name was Frida.
She went in actually at the same time as your friends.
Oh, did she
Marius
get
and
more?
Francis.
Did she get more information like she said she was going to?
Well, she never got in before. Remember, nobody got in that
Oh,
day because they found a weapon on one of the guys, so nobody was allowed in.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you remember.
Okay.
So she actually just got in, like 4 hours ago, or 3.5 hours ago, even around the same time as your friends.
Okay. Jesper, did you want to go to another city that's nearby?
Now, while they're still inside,
What we're going to do until noon tomorrow?
wait for them to come out. Relax.
Albin says, I think you should go into the city. They're in grave trouble.
Who's Albin?
Albin, was he Swiss? Yeah, the Swiss fighter who was in your party. Yeah, Philip.
He speaks the language.
Philip, who got a job and may not be returning to us.
And how the hell are we supposed to get into the city?
He says, I had a vision. The Lord spoke to me. He said that you should go, Jasper. And you, Valdison. He said, because Diggory and I are not here. I don't know what he meant by that.
Did that vision give some miraculous view of how we're expected to get in?
Well, we spoke to people before. They said it's possible to scale the walls at night. Let's see. It's now, like I said, around 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. In October, what time would it get dark around that part of the country, Jens, do you think?
What is it? October? It's
Put you on the spot.
7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
We'll say 8 o'clock. So it'll be getting dark in about maybe another 4 hours or so.
Never
Can you pop?
Sneaking around.
Can you pop that city map up in the Facebook chat?
Again? Sure. I'm working on it right now. Okay, rogues to riches. No. Better than any man. Yes. So, yeah, here's the north-oriented map proper. So where north is at the top of the screen. I know the numbers are sideways, but tough deal with it. You're not supposed to have the numbers anyway. Good? Oh,
Yes.
I suppose I can get rid of these witches. You can see them. And there, put it on the screen too. There's the map. I forgot I still had the witches up.
Okay, I got it saved now. I can view it on my computer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Back in the city. So Francis and Marius, what are you guys doing? It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. You've just recently had your encounter at the Hornbach with Ludmilla, the Joy.
Yeah, we have seen the feeding of the people too, right?
Yep, you did. Yeah, that's right. That's why it's 3:30, because that happens at 3 o'clock. So that makes sense. So you've just kind of witnessed the feeding. You saw the creature that the provider had with her during that. The 10-foot tall horrible thing, which looked like this. It was the last of the demons I think you saw so far today, although you've seen, I think, a total of 5 of them, right? I do believe.
Yeah, there were 5 of them.
Yeah, that was the creature. So if it's
Spanish, that was the Spanish-speaking creature.
Right, the hound-looking thing.
Whoa.
That was the one with the provider?
Yes. Is that flashing on the screen on your side too?
Yeah.
I don't know why it's doing that.
So we had the eye and the ghost thing that were with the Watcher, the tentacle thing with the provider, and then that hound thing that was running around, and then that thing that was buzzing.
Yep. Why is that flashing? Is it something wrong with my Acrobat reader? It doesn't flash from here, but when I go over here, okay, now it seems to have stopped. It's driving me nuts. I don't like flashing. It's annoying. I mean, I guess if I'm at a concert and I'm ready for a strobe light, but there. So
It's also dangerous on a really cold day.
Just kind of, I suppose, put it more to scale. It's probably about like that. That about 10 feet tall, would you guess, or is it still too small? Anyway, you get the idea. It's probably still too small. There.
So there was 8 of them, and one person has an extra demon. The demons are independent of the women, yes?
You're talking to people in the...
Or they sacrificed her to summon those.
To Jasper. I'm talking to Jasper. Yeah, maybe. Let's go in through the sewers. I mean, the city looks fortified versus an army, but I mean, obviously we could go in through the waste pipes, yes?
Well, there's supposedly a smuggler's entrance somewhere to the north of the city, but we have no idea where it's at.
Would that be at this 2-2?
No, it's outside of the city.
Oh. Yes, but should we go searching for some smugglers in the wilderness, or just look for some sewage entrance that we might be able to?
I don't think we're going to find a sewage entrance. I don't think the city is that modern, is it?
Roman
You
times.
might remember that. Oh no, you
Roman
don't
were
remember
there.
because you're not in the town. Sorry, the guys who are in the town know that all the wells are sealed up except for one.
All the wells.
Yeah,
Okay, but sewers, pooping, pee.
they wouldn't have that, would they?
Just throw their shit in the street.
That was invented in the Roman times. I don't know.
Would this town have
Yeah,
been
but-
built by the Romans?
No,
Okay.
Then it probably doesn't have that.
I don't think so. Although you are in the Holy Roman Empire. But
Doesn't
I don't
mean the
know.
town was
That's a
built
good
by
question.
the Romans.
A lot of cities were Germany were built by the Romans, and then the Germans built it upon them, their cities,
right.
especially in South Germany.
Luck rolls.
Yeah, there's no sewers.
Okay.
Because as it is, I remember the description Karlstadt when you guys were over by the Hornbach, there was a bunch of shit and piss in the streets. So why would there be if they had sewage, right?
Yeah.
My only issue is that I'm not much for sneaking around. Plus, I'd want to bring all this stuff with me. I have Francis's gear. I have the father's gear.
Well, we got
We have all our
Albert
money
would
here
say-
also.
Albert would say, well, Diggory and I will stay here. We will guard it.
Should I remove my equipment? That's what I'm wondering. I mean, should I go in with my gear and my sword? And
Well, you probably don't want to get caught in there with any weapons or armor.
then I probably will need to leave it here as well. Hesitate to do that. It's a big investment that.
I'm not a friend. You don't trust me? Alvin smiles.
Well, you've never had a vision before.
Diggory says, yeah, you don't trust us?
It's not a matter of trust. It's a matter of how the hell do we get in?
Like you said, you wait till it gets dark, you go over the wall after the guard patrol passes.
I guess we have to do it. Are you sure that this is?
Gotta be an awful lot easier without that chainmail on you.
Yeah. Are you sure they're in that much danger?
Just a feeling. What can I say? Perhaps,
Vision of God.
perhaps it was wrong. Perhaps it wasn't God. Maybe it was the devil.
What do you say, Saren? Wait till dark and go over the wall?
Yeah. I mean, I'm curious.
Well, let's do it. All right.
Of course, we're taking some weapons.
I mean, I'd bring a dagger with me, something I can throw away from me if it becomes a problem.
Makes sense.
I'd take my guns with me. If I'm climbing a wall.
Yeah, sure. Those are nice and quiet.
And a Garrett.
Yeah, right. Those won't draw any attention.
You're right. I should probably leave it here. Maybe we should start while you guys are here. Maybe you guys could find some people, since we've acquired some silver and copper, to hire to get organized. Retainers, quote unquote.
Oh, if we need to hire people, we probably could. We've already got like a couple hundred Protestants here in the camp who are all kind of already agreed to also help protect your gear and stuff. So because they're all loyal to Father Marius, whatever you call him.
Right, and now you got the copper to pay him. It's a good way to get rid of all that weight. Everything's quiet.
Yep.
All right, I'm down for trying, but you know what? I have a 6 intelligence. No, I've got a 13 wisdom, and I think that we could sneak in. Sure, you're right. I probably should leave the guns. I'll just take the Garrett and some daggers.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bring a dagger with me. I'll find like a bit of yarn I can make like a sling with, so I can like hang it around my neck and just grab it and throw it away if I need to.
Well, I do have the sling here as well.
Isn't your character the one with the dart sewn into his sleeve, Philip?
Yes. Yes, but that's all I had. But now that we've acquired daggers, right? Or did you sell them all?
I think they sold them all. Yeah, they did.
Okay, then I have a sling and a dart sewn into my leather.
Like whoever was here might have taken a couple of swords or daggers here and there, but they sold everything else.
Yeah, we did sell everything else.
Okay. That's fine.
There were cooking implements, right? Was there frying pan included in that?
What, you mean back at the farmhouse?
Yeah,
Oh,
because I grabbed those too.
Sure, there would have been frying pans and cooking pots.
Sure, like a nice cast iron frying pan, right?
Sure.
I'll bring a frying pan with me. I won't bring a dagger. I'll bring a frying pan. If I need to, I'll bash someone's skull open with it.
There you go. That should be your cover. Why are you carrying a frying pan? I'm a chef. This is my lucky frying pan.
You expect me to cook food on the ground?
Brilliant. I like it. Okay. So we'll go back into Karlstadt for a few hours. Marius and Francis, what are you guys doing?
Good question.
Yeah, geez, I've been sitting here trying to think the whole time. And I'm stumped. I kind of want to continue looking for some sort of exit to this from the city other than the main gate to see if there is some like weakness in the wall. Maybe kind of go around the wall, see if we can gather any other intelligence while there's still daylight before we're
You
forced to
could
sleep on the
probably
street.
spend the rest of the day walking around the entire city looking for weaknesses in the walls, I'd say. Yeah.
Okay.
The rest of the daylight hours, that is, not the rest of the entire day. But This is about 4 hours before dark. So let me see. And also let me look at my map and see if there's anything else that you might encounter walking along the walls. Okay. Good. So I know what that is. Okay. Now let me see. Back to my stuff here. So you would, of course, because you are walking around and looking at the walls quite a bit, excuse me, you would notice, of course, that Militanera do patrol the walls. But you get a feeling just from observing these Militanera that they're not very well trained. And so you think going over the walls should be, as long as careful and only go maybe one at a time, and of course under cover of darkness, without any extenuating circumstances anyway, it should be pretty easy to do without being spotted. Now, I know you wanted to talk about weaknesses in the walls, but I just wanted to point that out to you as you're kind of observing, moving around. Plus, I came across it when I was thumbing through the map key. So you would also, give me. Actually, I'll just yeah, you're both. As you're kind of moving around the streets, and like I said, it is extremely crowded. It's not very clean because of the overpopulation that's going on here in the town. Piss and shit in the streets and things of that sort. A lot of people obviously sleeping in the streets. You can tell. You can see makeshift little bits of shelters and stuff like that, and blankets and things of that sort. Just imagine like the biggest, the worst, like homeless alley, that you've ever seen in a city, and just imagine an entire city kind of like that. Every alley is like that here. And you're both getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. You guys out in the refugee camp are too. There's just all kinds of mosquitoes.
Suddenly or all day?
No, all day,
I eat a couple bananas, that'll keep them off.
But as it's getting later in the day, it's getting worse. So we're good in Town Square. Yep. I've seen the well. Done that. Just looking to see if there's anything else here that you will encounter.
I prefer to sweat in all of my gear than to get bit by mosquitoes.
Well, you still have exposed skin, and you'll still get bitten by mosquitoes. Don't worry, it doesn't do any sufficient damage to lower your hit points. But.
I will cut off my exposed skin so that they can't eat me.
Right. Nope. So you guys spend the next 4 hours, and the sun is starting to set. Once you make your full circuit of the city from within, and you don't find any weaknesses or any openings, unfortunately. As poor of a state as the city may be on the inside, it does seem to be pretty well fortified with this wall. And of course, on the outside, of course, it's all kind of moated up and dug up too. Recently, as you found out, thanks to the Seven's creatures.
So, in the meantime, while we're in the camp, acquire some rope, set up kind of like a makeshift tent, some tarps and stuff like that, and then we'll just.
Do you have any of that stuff?
No, I'm saying acquire.
Okay, so you want to buy some stuff?
Yeah, because we're gonna need rope so that I'll climb, and then I'll send down a rope for.
I have rope for that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
Plus the walls are too high. How high are the walls? Like 20 feet?
No, they're only. Didn't I say? Before?
I don't remember.
I want to say they're only 8 feet, but.
Oh, well, yeah, we got plenty of room for that then.
What does it say about the city walls here? Refugee camp, bridge, gate, climbing the walls. Maybe that. No, I'm thinking of a different game. 8 feet walls. It doesn't really say how tall the walls are, does it? 8 feet seems a bit too small.
Yeah, we'll
so
jump.
They got to be bigger than that. It's probably a 12-foot wall. I think that sounds about reasonable. What did you guys say? This is anywhere in here, maybe at the gate where she sits above. It doesn't really say. I'm gonna say 12 foot.
All right.
Only because an 8-foot wall, a tall person could just reach up and pull themselves up on top of. So
yeah. Well, I could stand on the shoulders and.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. So you wanted to try to buy a tent or something, right, Philip?
Yeah. Basically, I mean,
acquired from the merchants from Karlstadt.
Some kind of cloaks, tarps, or whatever.
Of course, they're long gone actually.
Possibly. Well, other people are still here. Possibly something we could just basically throw it over top of us and just hide in plain sight.
Oh, you're looking for like a tarp thing. Gotcha. Let's see. I'm still gonna look at that as basically a tent. So something to cover both of you, or just one person?
One each. We'll carry our own.
One each. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can get those. There'll be 90 silver pieces each.
Okay.
They come with all the makings of a tent. Basically, they're basically personal tents. But you just want the tarp piece, but
90 silver pieces each.
Yeah, that's ridiculously expensive.
How much do rations go for now?
Rations are currently selling at 9 silver piece per day for standard rations.
So 10 rations.
Oh, I apologize. No, that's not standard rations. It's iron rations. So standard rations would be 4.5 silver pieces per day. 45 copper.
Okay.
1,800 copper pieces.
1,800 copper pieces is equivalent to 180 silver pieces. Oh, you did the math. I get you.
Right.
You sure you don't want to go pick a fight with the lads? I'm sure they got some tents.
Yeah, no.
That's a possibility too. If you want to go beat some guys up and take their tents, because some people do have tents. It's probably the people that actually do have tents are probably going to be the, like the lads, the guys that are strong enough to take them or keep them, at least I should say.
Do you think we really need to like get that elaborate and hide ourselves with tarps and all that kind of shit?
Yeah. Unless you have a crate.
Do you think that's going to work in a crowded city?
Yeah, we need a crate, solid snake style, a box.
That just seems ridiculous.
I mean, it's got to be like wall to wall, armpits and elbows in there.
Is it? I don't know.
I imagine it's pretty crowded in there.
Well, maybe not exactly wall to wall, but everybody tells you how overcrowded the city is, and that's why the refugee camp is here, because they won't let that many people in.
Besides, why be sneaky about it? I mean, once you're in, you're in. Why sneak around and pretend like you're not supposed to be there? Once you're in, you're part of the crowd. You're supposed to be there, of course.
I always like to have a backup plan.
All right. Well, you can go buy a tent if you want to. I'm not going to.
I'll go try to steal one. I'll be back.
Good luck.
Yeah. How exactly are you going to try to steal a tent that's erected in the middle of the day?
I don't know. I'll think of something. I have a few hours.
While you think of that, did you want to try to gather some more information about the 7?
Yes.
Jasper, while he's planning this, or you want to do it while you're planning? You can do it
while I'm moving around.
Sure.
I'm just looking for opportunities,
So I'm just going to be nice. I'm going to give you some information here, which you can find out. This is equivalent. This is basically stuff I'm pulling off the rumor table too. But the mother doesn't live in Karlstadt anymore. Nobody ever sees her. So what good is she doing us?
Yeah, she's at Goblin Hill.
The defiler just hangs around the graveyard at night, disturbing the dead. Not right. The defender dresses all prissy-like as if she's better than the rest of us, and she's responsible for all those things that are running around. The joy. I don't like the joy. Talks about how his wife went into the city, and from everything he's heard from people who've come back out, she just hangs out in that little den of sin that she runs in. Hasn't come back out since. Nobody seems to have any morals anymore. The Maker, changing everything like, what? The Maker? Who's that? That's not one of the 7. Nobody would give themselves such a ridiculous title. Who are you talking about? The Provider. Everyone's starving, and look at her. She should be ashamed of herself. She's probably hoarding food. The Reminder. It's bad enough that we need all this magic stuff to protect us here, but she's actively turning people to perversion. Somebody should do something about it. And the Watcher not only is a hypocrite by claiming to be a Christian while being in league with demons, but she also makes sure that the people who need the city's protection the most are stranded outside, out here. It's just not right. Just Watcher, the Reminder, the Provider, the Joy, the Defender, the Defiler, the Mother. So that's basically what you get. And kind of, that repeated over and over again pretty much by various people.
Interesting. So everyone's putting their faith in these people to protect them, yet they all just have nothing but shit to say about them. Sounds about right for government.
Yeah, right. Some things never change, even when witches take over.
All right.
Any ideas yet, Philip, on how you're going to steal that tent?
Sorry, taking notes. Nope.
Okay.
That's okay. I'll skip it. I'll go with Jasper's wisdom.
No worries. Pretty much any tents that you do see around are already erected and have stuff inside of them, and even people inside of them and stuff. There's a lot of people who don't even have tents. Like I said, some people have like overturned carts and things and wagons that they're using as shelter on one side, even just to try to block a little wind so they can, them and their families can huddle up alongside it, whatever. It's pretty pathetic, but what can you do?
Okay.
What did I say there was? About maybe 1,500 people in the refugee camp or something, or was it more than that? I can't remember what I said. I know you've converted about 200 or 250 to Protestantism, Marius.
Yep.
I kind of think we should take out
thousands. It just says thousands. So okay. It's actually probably a few thousand. So,
even if we wanted to take out the lads, I'm not going to be able to do it by myself. We don't have enough folks to take on a group of 20 or 30 or however many they are. 4 or 5, sure, I can probably cut them down, but there's only so many one person can take at a time. And despite them being pathetic and weak, you get enough ants, you can take down a mountain.
Why would you confront them head on, one at a time?
Because they don't travel alone. Because at least they're not that stupid.
Right,
they travel all by themselves.
3 or 4 at night, move around. Well, whatever.
I'm not a sneaky person. I fight someone face to face. I rather enjoy seeing their twisting of agony when I cut them to pieces.
I have noticed that smile on you.
Battle's the only time when I really feel alive.
Aw. Look at you.
Either that or when I'm running away at some saucy lass. Ha ha ha.
Marius and Francis, so you've done your circuit of the walls, not found any weaknesses or openings or anything of that sort. It's about 7:30, 8 o'clock now. It's sun is setting, pretty much set. It's just getting darker and darker. What do you guys want to do now?
I think we should search for a dark, dry corner to hide and sleep.
Oh yeah, let's see here.
In a calmer part of the city.
Yes, I think I'll take the first watch. I don't think I'll have an easy time sleeping, but
So if you look at the map of the city, where roundabouts do you think you want to go?
Where's the calmest part of the city? I think near the
calmest part's probably near the cemetery where all the bodies are piled up.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to say.
The only people that really seem to go around there at all are the militiaire who are responsible for stacking up the bodies and stuff like that. But
yeah, I would say we go near there.
Yeah. Okay. Around the 5 on the map is the church. So 6 is the cemetery, and 5 is the church. The church itself, of course, is being used as a bit of a militiaire kind of headquarters in a sense. So in a way, the cemetery is probably the quietest part of the city, and it's also right next to the militiaire headquarters too. So you've got security as well in a sense, if you need it. So do you guys want to actually go into the cemetery, or do you want to just stay outside the cemetery?
Outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not inside the cemetery.
I was saying, if you went into one of the mausoleums and just pulled the bodies out of it, you can have like a whole room to yourself.
No.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. So I know where you guys are anyway. Then for where did it go? Oh, I lost my Lost my XSplit thing. Okay. So as it starts to get dark and it's getting proper dark now. It's about maybe even 8:30 at night. By the time it's like proper dark, about as dark as it's going to get. Good time for you guys to go over the wall. What are you leaving behind? Or more importantly, I guess, really, what are you taking with you? Valdison and Jasper.
Okay, well, I'm leaving behind my sword and dagger, my chainmail.
You can just put like a little note on them
Yep.
to say if they're left behind.
So basically what I did was I put a little asterisk next to everything I'm leaving behind on my character sheet.
Okay.
So really all I'm bringing with me is my backpack that's got like my mirror, my pipe and tobacco, tinderbox, my clothes, my water skin, some rations, frying pan. That's about it.
Okay. And yourself, Valdison? Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely the gear on your sheet. Yeah, cool. Philip, you're muted, man. I think you're talking, but
Yeah, I just have my the more I think about it, the more it's like I might as well just leave pretty much everything behind. It just like if I need to find a weapon, improvise inside there.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you don't want to bring your dart or your dagger, or
Well,
you don't have a dagger, do you?
A dart's sewn inside my leather.
Mhm.
I don't have a dagger.
Oh, it's
So
in
where-
the leather, not in your clothes. I gotcha.
Right. So wearing leather would point me out.
Yeah.
And then just, any kind of weapon. So, I suppose I could take my bag of pistol balls and my sling. Sure, I could get away with that. That's just looks like a coin bag, right?
Yeah, sure. Oh, ouch.
Yep. Maybe I'll take the pouch of gun. Wait, my horn of gunpowder I can probably stow underneath my cloak, in case I need to blow anything up. But
Okay.
some flint and steel in case I need to start a fire.
Sure. Yep. Tinderbox, it's called.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's just in our basic stuff, right? Because I don't have one personally. If I can grab one from somebody, and the Garrett, of course.
I have the fire starting equipment. I have a tinderbox.
Okay. I'll take the
I was
Garrett.
saying, if you want to buy a tinderbox, somebody would sell you one here in the refugee camp for tinderbox. Only 45 silver pieces.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's
I
ridiculous.
want it.
It's ridiculous. It's about 9 times the normal price.
Okay. So yeah, let me make notes here that I just have a sling bullets.
You notice everything that is for sale in the refugee camp seems to be very expensive.
What's the base armor class?
12. Before any armor or dexterity is added or subtracted, yes.
Sling bullets and
Alright.
powder. Sling bullets, gunpowder, and does anybody else have a tinderbox so I can have my own while I'm in here? Ian, do you have the?
Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I do have the character sheets for Diggory and Alvin. Apologies. I didn't even realize you might be talking to me. Diggory has a tinderbox. They both do. Yeah. What kind of adventurer walks around without a tinderbox? I mean, really.
One that had 2 pistols.
So fair enough.
And a bunch of gunpowder.
Fair enough.
Yeah, please keep the sparks away from me. I have a bunch of gunpowder.
It can be a problem, yeah. Okay, cool. So how are you guys going to sneak in? I assume you're not going over the wall here right next to the gate where most of the people are herded about.
Well, let's see here. Looking at the map.
You see the place to get across the moat at the bottom right there. There's a way we could walk around near the walls.
There is
Maybe
a place there, isn't there, where you can walk across? That's
Yep.
interesting. I wonder why they did that. Well, it's on the map.
It's a twap. It's a twap.
How about we see where the number 7 is? Or actually where the number 13 is, that little tower there where there's like a little gap there. Maybe we next to that little tower thing.
Almost as far away from the gate as you can get.
Right. And go up over there into that little area back there.
Yeah, because there'll be some places to hide if we get
Right.
spotted coming down.
Sure. And also, like I said, it being the that far from the proper gate, there's less chance probably of getting noticed.
Right. So right there by 13, just to the just it's a babu. Hello, babu.
Oh my God, she's growing up too fast, Philip. What the hell?
You know.
Okay. Anyway, this
Right.
game is for 18 and over, so
So
beat it, kid. Foul language and gratuitous violence.
so I flub the fling flog so that it spews joob jaboo all over the place. And then I laugh maniacally, covered in a flu bit of a Jew.
Okay,
Shake it
now
off
I
the
will
sword.
just roll to see if you guys get spot. So you cross over the little bridge there, the little natural bridge that exists there for some reason that I never noticed before. But that's cool. And walk around stealthily, carefully, of course.
Stay close to the walls because people tend to look out rather than straight down.
Okay, cool. All right. So you guys get around over there. How are you getting over the wall?
I'll give Veldison the rope, and then I can boost him up.
Okay. Boost him up, and then he's just got to climb the last little bit.
Right.
And I'll just go over the other side and hold onto the rope so he can.
Well, I suppose actually, yeah, you're pretty tall. If he's up on your shoulders or whatever, he could probably just about reach the top of the wall, couldn't he?
And I got a pretty good strength, so I can even just like hoist him up even further, like have him stand on my hands and hoist him up even further.
Right. Cool. Yeah. You know what? I'm just going to say it works. So you get up onto the wall, Veldison, rope in hand.
Yep. Leave one end down and go to the other side.
Kind of wait it.
Look around for a spot to jump down. Have him hold the rope, and I'll climb down the other side.
It's 50 foot of rope.
Yes, true. Yep, no problem. Yeah, okay. You make it over as well, and down the other side, Jasper, and you're both in.
All right,
And,
coil it up, shove it back in my bag, and
The bird of
hang
three
the,
wings are
hang-
none the more aware. No idea.
hang the frying pan off my belt.
So much anxiety over this. It was quite easy.
Right?
Too easy.
Glad we didn't have to crawl through a sewer. Although,
In fact, we should probably do it again, just for safe measure. Make
based
sure.
on the smell in here, I think we're going to be crawling through sewer anyway. Whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty raunchy.
From the top of the wall,
Um,
can you see all that?
Again, plenty of mosquitoes and stuff around.
Oof. All right. How do you
So
suggest we find our friends?
Fire the gun. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, go over there and do it first. I'll stay back here in the alley.
I'm not sure, sir, that we need to find them. But just keep an ear out if there is trouble. We'll go towards that. But let's just do our own exploring.
All right, let's start circling around.
you could do that. You could start asking around too. I mean, people might you might be able to ask around for new arrivals in town, looking for some friends.
We could go find.
One of them's a foreigner, anyway,
Frida.
Francis. So
Do you want to find Frida?
The problem is neither of us speak German.
Yes, that's true.
oh shit, that sucks.
Right. So yeah, let's just start walking around.
Let's just
Clockwise
observe.
or
Let's start at
Widdershins.
13. Check
Let's
out
go-
24, maybe
go.
not little 19.
let's go Widdershins.
So you guys are real close to. Well, if you like 13 is just a house at the end of a block.
Okay.
That's been destroyed. Looks like it has collapsed in on itself, and then the rubble has been salvaged for other uses.
Of course.
Well, why would that have happened? That's
So do
strange.
you want to ask somebody, see if they speak English?
Sure.
No.
English?
Yeah, sure.
You speak anything but pig tongue?
Oh,
Any Jewish? Any Hebrews? Hebrews?
I figure that might get a rise out of somebody if they speak English.
mm-hmm. Yeah. There's one guy who speaks a little English. Comes
Haha!
over.
I thought that might bring out the linguist in the folks.
He says, "What's that about a pig tongue?"
I figure the best way to get someone to talk back would be quick little insult. No offense meant by my friend.
He looks disappointed and says, "Oh, I thought you were talking about food."
Unfortunately, no. What happened to this house?
This house? Oh, yes. There was a woman lived here. Her name is Bauer.
Hmm.
But when the Seven took over the city almost a couple weeks ago now, the house was completely destroyed by unknown attackers. Very odd, since the rest of the takeover was done without any violence.
Indeed. How strange. Oh, by the way, have you seen another Englishman walk around here with a gentleman in robes? They're friends of ours. We got separated when he came in the gate.
Englishman. What's your lowest stat?
My lowest stat is intelligence.
What's the number on it?
9.
And he says 9. I've not seen him.
Shame. Well,
sorry, but there's a lot of people around Karlstadt these days.
Indeed. Well,
Thank
you for your help.
What is the direction to the
Oh, the whore fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do we get to the whore fucker?
The whore fucker.
Yeah.
Well, everybody knows where the whore fucker is.
Well,
just look at your map and go to number 10. No, he says it's in the southwest portion of the city.
Oh, all right. I was thinking ahead.
He kind of points to some roads that you can follow along and gives you some complicated instructions to follow this road down here and turn right at the shit pile and then turn left at the
way
stack of dead bodies and yeah.
Well, thank you, brother. If I had any food to spare, I'd hand some over, but looks like we're all in the same boat.
Oh, well, I hope the Swedes make it soon. Perhaps after the Seven deal with them, we'll all have something to eat.
Yeah, I'm sure they got plenty of provisions with them. After the Seven send them back to their graves, I'm sure we'll all be feasting like kings.
I am so hungry. I wouldn't be above eating a Swede or two.
Hey,
they eat that rotten fish, so be careful.
So, is it possible to kind of like search the 13, the rubbled house? Just like
yeah, you can kind of like sift through the rubble, but there's nothing really to find there.
Okay.
It's just rubble. It's like I said, it's already basically been salvaged for anything useful.
But nobody's living here right now. It's not like it's a spot you could camp. It's not elbow to elbow.
You can camp. There's not much shelter here because like it's all collapsed in. But
but nobody else is hanging out here.
Well, no, there's probably is like a group of people here also.
Okay.
Who had the same idea. There's people everywhere.
Okay.
The city is so packed. There are literally hundreds, possibly even, well, there's like 3,000 people maybe in the city, but yeah, there's hundreds of people on the streets anyway.
All right.
Yeah. So what else was in that area there?
Let's get moving.
As you were working your way, but where do you go from there?
Head towards 10, but keep an eye out for our friends. Or you know what? Should we take the long way around?
No.
No, it's just straight there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you come down this kind of main road here, not too the main path, whatever you call it.
Right between the wall, streets, and the next row in. Yeah, we'll head down that way.
No problem.
Look into alleyways and.
I'm checking out the rooftops. If the rooftops are a little bit more mobile, less people. Are there any people sticking to the rooftops? Any urchins or other rogues?
No, not that you notice, no.
Okay.
So you're going to pass by number 7 there.
Yeah.
So that house, there's a house there that it stands out as you kind of pass by it as being in pristine condition. It's the only house you've seen that's like in such condition. It looks like it's ready to receive important visitors at any time. Um, like, it's like a fancy house in a hovel, basically, is what it kind of makes you think of.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. That's
It's
interesting.
no signs as to what it might be. No signage outside.
No. Ask some people.
What the heck? Yeah. See if anybody speaks English.
See, wow, yeah. There, you find a woman who speaks a little bit of English. She says, "Yes, I speak a little English."
What house is this? Whose house is this?
Oh, it's the defender's house. She's one
Oh.
of the 7. She owns the entire building. It's the only single residence building remaining in town. She refuses to open it up to any lodgers and won't even let the milizionere in.
Interesting. I heard
Why?
she liked to keep things tidy and neat.
Who gave them the names? The 7.
Well, that's just what people
Did
call
they
them.
choose them themselves?
There's 7 of them, so we call them the 7.
Why is she named the Defender? Has she created the defense of the city against the Swiss and announced that?
Ah, well, let's see. I don't know. I should know. I'm just here. I'm going back to see. So where did they get their names? So people have just given them these names, right? So yeah, the people that have named them, basically for various reasons. She says, well, as far as Griselda goes, that's her name. Let's see. Yeah, she has one of those creatures with her, and it makes her formidable. Of course, there's not any cause for trouble currently in Karlstadt, because who would be stupid enough to start trouble with the 7 running the place? But they say that her creature, it has powers to make her the most powerful warrior on any battlefield at any time. Not that anyone's ever seen her fight, but yes, she's just all around rather impressive woman. Quite young, quite beautiful. Of course, she's a widow, like the rest of them. But
Oh. They're all widows.
How
they're
long?
all widows, yes. No families.
How long were
Husbands
they?
and children are all dead.
How long?
Oh, I don't know.
It wasn't recent.
Well, since the war started, of course, but a lot of people have died during this war.
Well, no wonder they're seeking peace if they lost.
Don't you know that's why
war?
that's why the Prince Bishop of Würzburg marked them for execution as witches?
Because why? Sorry.
Because they'd lost their entire families. Surely it couldn't be a coincidence. A woman loses her entire family, but she survives. So of course,
Sure, of
the
course.
Prince Bishops,
Yeah.
was it something diabolical must be responsible.
Of course,
This whole
that's what
witch trial madness started, and that's when the 7 rose up and took over the town.
Yeah, of course. Being stuck in the middle of a war, people aren't going to lose their entire families somehow. What idiocy!
I've heard rumors that the mother is not here, but how did she get her name if she's not here to take care of her children? Quote unquote. In Mutter.
Oh, Ulrika. She's honestly, well, she says she's a pig farmer from Franconia. She's quite old. That's why they call her mother. More like a grandmother, if you ask me. But, I don't really know much about her. Like I said, supposedly a pig farmer from outside of Karlstadt. She's she runs the fort in the hills, which is where the headquarters. Oh my God, the headquarters for the Burger Friedensmiliz.
Ian, are you okay? You seem to have some kind of growth.
I know, right? I love it.
It's right on screen.
I love it because it's ass right on my head.
You know that's why people used to say cats are the devil's creatures is because they walk around and show their anus to everybody.
Really? Makes sense to me.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons.
Makes sense to me.
They're shameless.
That's the evil eye.
Mm-hmm.
So
what does the Watcher do while not at the gate?
Man, I give you one NPC, you're gonna milk her for everything you can.
Yeah. Is
Ingeborg. Ingeborg. She's a deeply religious woman. In a sense, maybe they should have called her the defender. She seems to have taken it upon herself to be the guardian of Karlstadt, and she's actually the head of the Burger Friedensmiliz.
Interesting.
She's the one who supposedly commanded all the creatures to seal all the gates and modify the earthworks around the city to prevent any approach to the city except for through one gate. Anyway, she sits at that gate every day around midday, overseeing anyone who wants to come in, to ensure no one brings any implements of war into the city.
Yes, yeah. I remember seeing her when we were coming in through the gate. That eye thing with her was chilling.
True.
Well, I don't want to keep you too much further, and I look around. Is anybody really focusing on us? I'm sure.
I'll just say, well, what else is interesting in
Not really? Okay, well, I take her hand and I press some coins into it. Some copper.
What else is interesting? She's speaking English. What else she got to do?
We have things we need to do, though.
Yeah, but what else is interesting in the town? She's our English speaking. I want to cling to her.
Well, pretty much everybody. There's really kind of two places people go for any kind of entertainment, I guess, in Karlstadt. Either to the Horenbach, for those of a particularly voracious appetite for human flesh, or to the where is it here? Or to the Musicians Square. It's become a sort of a 24-hour-a-day carnival.
Oh,
music, dancing,
Well, that sounds nice.
Playing and singing at all hours. Consult your maps for number 16 for the. Yeah, it's actually just down the street there and around the corner. If you go down to the end of the street there,
we can probably hear it a little bit here, even.
Where are you headed? Are you headed that way?
No. I'm headed to bed, actually.
Oh, you have a home here. Or are you a refugee?
No, I have a home here. Of course, it's filled with refugees at this point, too.
Well, thank you for your time.
There's no such thing as personal space in Karlstadt anymore, unless you're the defender, of course.
That's too bad. I give her 5 copper. Oh, yeah, 5 copper coins.
Oh, she smiles. Says thank you, and she goes into a house. So, where are you guys gonna go from there before I move over to the other guys?
I think we'll redirect and go to the 16. Yeah.
All right.
You can go over to the Musicians Square and walk over there.
Yeah, head that way. Keep an eye out for our guys.
Okay. So while you're heading over to the Musicians Square, I will go back to Marius and Francis over near the cemetery and the church. There we go. So yeah, again, like I said before about the cemetery, the graveyard has been expanded several times in recent years, you can tell. And the kind of unused portions of it have recently been dug up, like as in the last couple of weeks have been dug up to use as mass graves. Of corpses stacked on the floors of the reopened mausoleums that also dot the churchyard. Even if you're staying not in the cemetery, but across the street from it or whatever, it's just permeated with the smell of death. And most people avoid it, even the militanaire who come and go from the church, which is now being used as their kind of headquarters here in Karlstadt, even they stay away from the cemetery. Pretty much the stench is awful. But you will notice someone in the cemetery moving about. And let me get to the right place here. What's this called? Roast to Riches, yes. Here we go. You will see, oh man, I hit the wrong button there. Someone moving about, like I said, in the cemetery. There she is. And she is accompanied by a creature that you've already seen before. And again, you'll hear faintly the sound of Spanish being spoken in a kind of poetic style. I think we were checking neither one of you speak Spanish, right?
I don't. Oh,
I don't remember checking for Spanish, but we may have.
I think we did, so I could see if you knew what the hell it was saying.
Yeah, you guys both
Oh,
did.
yeah, that's right. I did not.
So there we go. It's actually a pit bull size, so probably about like that. Maybe it's still a little too big. Yeah, about like that. Seems about right for pit bull, yeah?
No, you had it right the first time, I think. Pitbull would be about knee high to thigh high on me. So, figure.
Yeah. Okay. That looks good.
Not waist high.
No, it's not waist high. I mean, okay, it's tail sticking up maybe.
Right.
Yeah. That looks about right. And yeah, you'll see her mulling about in the cemetery, going from grave to grave. She's talking. She's speaking German, which, of course, you can understand German, Marius, but she's too far away to really necessarily pick up on what she's saying right now. But you can see she's speaking as she's going around from body to body, and she has an axe in one hand and a pistol in the other, which is interesting to you because like weapons are obviously outlawed here in the city of Karlstadt. Excuse me. But you can probably assume, since she has that creature walking around with her, or hopping around, I should say, because it doesn't walk, it hops on those two legs. The upper mouth constantly reciting in Spanish. You can assume that she must be one of the witches. You don't necessarily know which one, I don't think, unless you've picked up some information that might help you to identify her.
Yeah, the Joy told us that the witches were exempt from all the laws, and that the Defiler was the one that carried weapons. So
okay, good. Well, there you go. Then you are able to identify her. Mm-hmm.
Keep your wits about you, Marius. Should we try to hear what she's saying? I don't know if it matters, but
yeah, maybe we should.
Sure, you want to try to get closer so you can hear what she's saying?
Sorry again.
You want to try to get closer so you can hear what she's saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll.
And I'll try to go like a slightly different way so that we're not together, so that if one of us makes noise, it'll draw, we won't both get noticed.
Well, I already make noise. I rolled a 1.
Oh, you rolled a 1. A 1 is a success.
I also rolled a 1.
You rolled a D6, right?
Yeah, a D6.
Cool. And you also rolled a 1, so you both managed to sneak up without being detected. Wow. Look at you guys go.
I thought
super rare.
I thought it was.
So, man, I need to. You know what I need to do? I need to just snap a picture of this. Boom. And then get rid of that because I can't turn my pages without you seeing it when I have little screen shares up. Okay. So just looking for a little bit more. Yeah, she seems to be she's looking for someone. It's like, I know you're here somewhere. I know that you walk again. Don't worry. Mommy is here to put you down where you belong. I'll put your corpses to rest once and for all. And she's kind of moving bodies and looking through them. Come to mommy, she says.
Do you? Okay, we have no weapons. She doesn't see us. She's. I would say we could do a sneak attack, but we don't have weapons. This is a witch with weapons.
Yep, she got herself a flintlock and an axe. It's not even a hatchet; that's a straight up like battle axe, basically. Well, it looks like she's also got. Oh, that is probably a short sword. Does it actually say on her character stats? That's a creature. Where's her stats? No. Yeah, I'm going to say based on the hilt that's sticking out there, I don't think that's a dagger. I think that's probably more of a short sword she's got on the side. Oh, maybe looks like a dagger on the other side too. So yeah, I think she's got both. So a dagger on one side, a short sword on the other, a battle axe in one hand, and a pistol in the other. Not to mention the horrible pit bull-sized, hopping, weird, spiky creature following her around too, like a lost puppy dog. Like a lost puppy dog. How awesome. Get it? Just pit bull-sized. Got that kind of barbed tail too.
So what should we do? Just watch her, or?
I can't imagine that speaking to her would be a safe or productive idea, but it might be worth trying to see if she'd offer any other information. Although I'm assuming she doesn't speak a language I can talk to her in.
I know, I don't want to talk again to a witch. You know what happened the last time we spoke with this crazy bitch.
Yes, it makes me very nervous. I don't want to be near them if we don't need to.
So just watch. So should we just watch her?
I think that's safest. Let's just see what she does. Perhaps
Give me another stealth roll since you guys are conversing.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a 2 that
2.
time. Is that affected by anything?
I rolled a 2 too.
I think that's 2 failures.
Yep. I don't think I got anything that'll help it.
So she turns and she drops the axe and slips the pistol under one arm. And she does a quick little movement with her hands and utters some incantation. And she's quite obviously casting a spell. Now,
I will stand up, seeing that she's casting a spell, and just like hold my hands up, like, and say, "Wait! We mean no harm. We mean no harm. We were simply curious."
She goes, "Oh, yes, you are alive." And then she picks back up her axe off the ground and the pistol out from under her other armpit.
What does it mean? Do you thought that the dead would rise?
Yes, it happens all the time. Don't you know anything?
No, we are not from here. We're just visitors of the city.
Visitors? Refugees, you mean?
Yeah. No, not really. We're just visitors.
Have you seen a man? He'd be about yay tall, broad shoulders, balding on top, thin, dark beard, and three children here, here, and here. The two oldest boys and the youngest a girl, all fair-haired. Have you seen them? They would be they would be undead, of course.
This is all in
No.
German, right?
Yeah, this is all in German. You'd notice the gestures, but you don't know what the hell she's saying.
I translated and then I'm no.
Have you seen them? She says, and she gestures frighteningly with the pistol.
No, we haven't seen them. We just searched for a place to sleep, and this was the calmest place. So, but when they are undead here, we want just to go.
Yes, I'm certain they're here. Their ghosts haunt me when I sleep. I know they're here somewhere.
How long are they dead?
I'll teach them not to stay dead.
Okay.
How long? How long? Weeks? Months? Is it years? No. No, it's not that long. Anyway, if you're not going to help me, look, be gone.
Yeah, of course.
Or else come over here. Look for a shovel. We may have to do some digging.
I translate that she wants to help, that we should help her digging.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Let me. Yeah, I will help her because I am scared shitless of her, and if she's saying help me dig, I'm gonna go over there and try to find a shovel and do whatever she wants me to do because she's armed, I'm not, and she has a fucking demon monster.
Oh yeah, and it follows you guys around too. Like that top part always constantly reciting something. Sounds like poetry or something. But it's in a language you don't speak, of course, Spanish, but
what is the tone of the voice? Like, does it seem like, is it like
it's very dramatic.
Okay. That's actually less scary than if it, I don't know. There's other things.
But it never stops. It's just constantly going.
Yeah,
okay.
We're digging.
Good. So she's going to keep you busy all night until the sun comes up. Or until you decide you don't want to follow her around anymore. So let's take a quick bio break. I got to feed my cat. She's going nuts. And grab something myself real quick. And we'll pick back up in a few minutes, yeah?
Of course.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Sounds good.
And as always, I will just turn my camera off like so. And once the Fantastic Dimensions symbol disappears, then that means we will have resumed play for anybody who wants to fast forward the video. That's not watching live, of course. Refreshments acquired.
The chance.
What?
Yep. Hopefully Rebecca has them as secondary parents. Oh, good.
What? What are you talking about?
Good. Excellent.
All right. Well, if you're not talking to me, I'm just going to mute you. Hello.
Hey,
Hey.
we're still live?
What do you mean? Of course we're still live.
I'm just saying, like, does this part still get put in the video?
Yeah, I don't edit my videos. It's too much hassle. I haven't learned how to do that.
Should hire an editor.
You're right. I'm not in a position to be hiring anybody.
You ever put hummus on a hot dog?
No.
It's kind of like a chili dog.
Sounds weird, but doesn't mean it's bad. It just sounds weird.
Well, you think about the chili. You remember Hormel's chili,
Yeah.
which is basically mostly beans,
Okay.
and then hummus is just beans. So it's really the same thing: beans and garlic.
Okay.
I'm doing it now. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, sounds interesting. I would try it. You know, I'm pretty. I don't want to say I'm adventurous with food, but I'm like not the kind of person who's afraid to try different things. So.
You're more adventurous than I am with food. Oh no.
Well, yeah.
You don't like trying new things?
That's because you're a bit of a prude.
I used to think I like trying new things, but I find when I go to restaurants, I find something I like and I kind of stick to it.
Hmm.
I
Like,
mean,
I
that's kind of normal. I do that a lot with restaurants too. Like if, you know, find something that I really like in a particular restaurant, I will buy that more often than not. But
But if I find something I don't like, I'll keep trying stuff until I'm like, no, forget this restaurant. Oops, sorry. Crunch, crunch. So my thought is, just in general, that I go back to the thing that, like, it would be near impossible to kill these witches with these demons.
we're not recording. Well, I mean, we're recording, but we're not back in game yet. Just, you can still discuss the game, of course, but just saying.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was just discussing it out of thing.
Just want to make sure there's no confusion about that.
Right.
Yeah.
So continue. Figured because it's about impossible to kill these witches.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the guys, offered tons of money, sure, but I mean, I suppose if we stayed in the city and we made plans and all that kind of stuff, it'd be possible to kill a few of them. But and then how do you escape? How do you escape with their heads? You can't escape with their heads. Then you don't get paid. And plus we're friends with the heretics, so I think that the idea of really killing them is kind of off the plate. Like, why? Why would you do it? The Swiss are coming to do that.
I guess the big reason would be because they're horrible Satan-worshipping witches.
But is that really our job? I mean, when have we ever defended the faith? I mean, look at where defending the Protestant faith got us shipwrecked and our captain hung. If I was to talk to
Francis was raised Catholic and has already thrown his lot in with Protestants and heretics and doesn't really care too much about any of that.
Right. I thought Francis was kind of raised Catholic, but also abused by the Catholic system, right? Was that the right person?
I mean, who isn't?
Yeah.
What religion was England in this time period? Aren't they Protestant? It was like the main faith?
Yeah.
Mostly Church of England, yeah.
So that's what Jasper would be. So he's got nothing against Protestants. Of course, he's not very religious either.
And I mean, I think Francis has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder against Protestants and Catholics because the rise of Protestantism kind of drove his family out of nobility because they were staunchly Catholic. And so he kind of resents his family for staying Catholic and not just changing with the times, but also resents the Protestants for forcing his family into that position in the first place.
I can see that.
All right, so everybody's back, yeah?
So anyways, if we were going to kill one person, it'd be the old lady all by herself and then claim 1,000 silver. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody's back here, so I'm going to start the game proper again. I know we've been discussing the game. And may continue to do so. But, so, yeah, you guys, Marius and Francis, are being put to task by the defiler to help her search these bodies, looking for the. She believes basically she'll say to you, Marius, that she believes that her dead husband and her 3 dead children are here somewhere, hiding amongst the corpses, because their ghosts haunt her when she sleeps during the day. And so, yes, she's just gonna have you guys helping her. You don't really have to dig up any graves per se. Mostly it's more for like kind of certain areas where parts of maybe the mass graves have collapsed in on themselves. She'll have you dig it out a bit so you can sift through the corpses. It's really disgusting. Yeah, it is really quite nasty. And also, let me see here. What was your poison save again, Marius?
11.
Okay, cool. Got it. All right. So that'll keep you guys busy pretty much until just before sunrise when she'll finally give up for the day. Back to the other two, Jasper and Valdison.
Okay.
So you guys went to the Musician Square.
Yep, we headed that way.
It's called, basically. Which... I'll go here real quick so I can read this bit. Here it is. Perfect. Zoom a little bit. So this is, like I said, number 16 there on the map. This is basically a large group of people, basically with a continual street festival. Just people playing musical instruments and singing and dancing. Most of them aren't very good. Most of them don't really seem to know much what they're doing, but they're just trying to keep themselves. There are some who actually do seem to know how to play an instrument or know how to carry a tune. But for the most part, like the majority of the people here, they couldn't carry a tune in the bucket, as they say. But they don't care. It's just something to keep themselves entertained, and it's something to do other than going to the Hornbach and fucking your brains out. Everybody seems to be in kind of a state of almost desperate reverie,
Mm-hmm.
And you get the feeling like everybody here knows basically that this could be the end of the world as far as they're concerned. So they're just, yeah, I'm kind of reminded of the rave scene in The Matrix, everybody goes nuts and, because they might all die tomorrow kind of thing. It's kind of some sort of that, of course, without the techno music.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. So what are we doing here?
I don't know, but I've been considering going up on the roof here to see if I could get a look around. With all this noise, maybe it'd be enough distraction. What do you think? There's this alleyway right here, and I can jump up on the...
Sure, go at it. I honestly think you could climb up on the roof anywhere in this godforsaken place. No one would notice.
Or no one would care, at least, yeah.
It seems to be that way. This place is just bizarre.
Do you want up here?
No.
Okay. So you're climbing up on the roof to look around?
Yep, the curved building number 16.
So, where is my map? Can you pull it? Okay. Okay, yeah, so right up there. So from there, you'd be able to see the church across the way. You'd see quite a few of the militaire milling about there. Like I said, that's been converted into their headquarters now. You might actually see back behind it a bit there, around number 8, there's a well. You'd probably be able to see that from up here. And there's some militaire guarding that particular well. What else can you see? 17, 19, 12. Let me see what those all are real quick to see if it's anything noticeable, anything distinguishable for any purpose. 17. So 17 there. It looks like an old, it looks like it was an inn. However, you don't see really any lights on in there or anything like that. It's not appearing very inn-like at the moment. Yeah, it looks like a dead inn in a sense, you know what I mean? An inn that's not an inn anymore. 19 is an old lodging house. And occasionally when the music quiets down a little bit, you think you hear like a wailing coming from that area or something. It's just this really disturbing sound, just kind of underneath the music because the music is pretty loud. Every once in a while you think you hear like a horrible wail, almost like a cry of a banshee or something coming from that area. What other numbers were there here that you could see? Oh yeah, 8, 12, maybe 24. So 8, I already described, that was the well. 12, no, it's just a house. And 24 is a house, or a building anyway. Yeah, nothing special. That's it.
And if I was to be trying to escape the city, running across the rooftops, does that seem possible? Running and jumping?
No, not across the entire city. Like, for example, from where you are here on this side of the street, across from by the Musician Square, you wouldn't be able to jump to the other side of the square. In fact, from this building, you know, the only buildings you could jump to would be the buildings to the east and maybe the buildings to the south. But to the west, to the north, you wouldn't be able to make those jumps. It's crazy distance.
Okay, good to know. But I mean, there is a good amount of like, if you were trying to lose people in the crowd, climbing a building and running would be a clearer path than trying to make it through people. And then jump down
True.
the other side.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, I suppose it would be possible. I don't know. I come back down, talk with Jasper.
Yeah, I just been.
Well, let's go somewhere else.
All right, I want to. Looks like they're using that church as a headquarters for these guards here. Let's take a look at that real quick. Let's walk over there. Scope it out a little bit.
Sure. As you walk towards the old church. So, what's the number on the church? Oh, it's like 5 or something, isn't it? Yeah, 5. So this church, he basically is or was a magnificent Catholic church at one point. You can see it's quite large. But now you just see military, like kind of hanging around, coming and going from it. It even has a, written on a piece of wood put up over the door, Burger Frieden's Mielitz headquarters, basically.
Churches like that, you would usually have like stained glass windows. Are those still intact, or?
They are, yeah. It hasn't, the glass hasn't been busted out of it or anything of that sort.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It doesn't look like it's been looted. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, Jasper, the well is at the back here as well. I mean, if we were going to do anything, like the well is probably the weakest point of the city.
The well, you mean guarded by all those guys over there?
Yes.
Yeah, as you get a look at the well. Excuse me.
Yeah, let's kind of swing around that way a little bit.
Yeah, there's about a dozen Military standing guard around it. Anybody who comes too close to it, they kind of rush them off. Say, rations are passed out in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
No rations in the evenings. Fuck off. Get out of here. One bucket per person per day. You know the rules.
They shout something angry in German at us.
Yeah, that you don't understand.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, fuck them then.
Well, they're not shouting you unless you get too close. But I'm just saying
Yeah,
other people wanted too close.
Right. I'm gonna start wandering over towards that dark inn. See if I notice anything about it.
What was it? 17? Yeah.
17, that's the one, yeah.
The retired inn.
You know, you'd think for
before you do,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see. Oh yeah, you will hear some sounds coming from behind the church of a raised voice shouting in German that you don't understand, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a woman's voice.
The hell? I look over at Valdison and raise an eyebrow.
Obviously drawn curiosity.
So you walk around the church to take a look into the cemetery.
I'll follow him.
So the graveyard, like I said, it's been expanded, and big portions of it have been dug up, and now you see bodies just piled up, sticking out of them. You can see the mausoleums are all have been reopened, and there's just corpses piled upon each other on the floors of these mausoleums. The whole thing just stinks of death. There's almost nobody anywhere near it. Even the Militär stay on the other side of the church, pretty much staying away from there. Except you see three figures moving about in the graveyard. Two of which are carrying one of which is carrying a shovel, one of which is carrying a pick, and then a woman wearing a hat who looks like that, and this weird dog-like creature, obviously from hell, hopping around, following the trio. And the two people, once you get a look, that are assisting her, are your friends, Francis and Marius.
Oh, I shout out, "Oi! Found a new job, did you? New employment?"
Hold on. They said that the defiler keeps disturbing the dead in the rumors that I heard around.
That must be her.
And should we roll for the Spanish thing or no?
Yes, please roll. And then remember, every time you write down a language, or every time you roll for a language, you got to write it on your character sheet on one column or the other.
Right. And I guess I got to roll a 1 if I understand Spanish.
What's your intelligence?
I don't have a boost, so I have a 9. I have no
And
bonus.
yes, a 1 on a d6.
All right, well, let's see. I rolled a 2.
You do not understand Spanish.
Me too.
You also do not understand Spanish. Okay.
All right,
So none of you know what the creature's top mouth is reciting. But you said "oi," yeah?
Said, "Oi, found a new job, did you?"
Right. And the woman looks up. And let's see here. She says, only you understand her, of course, Marius, because she says in German, "Damn it, I already used my spell." And she raises her pistol and points it in the direction of Jasper.
Stop, please. Good woman, please stop. We
And
know
the living
this
dead. Gun goes off
That bitch.
and misses.
I shouted at her, "What the fuck is wrong with you, you crazy bitch?"
I'm just shouting in German. Stop, please. These are friends of ours. Please.
Some Military start coming around the church to look curiously, and once they see what's going on, they slink back away.
those people are good people. They are no harm. They just greeted us. I'm sorry.
They just what?
They greeted us. They know us. He said, "Oi," and then
They're
he
not the
asked if
Walking Dead?
No, they are not Walking Dead. We know them. They speak English. They only speak English. Like, and I can talk to my friend here.
Do you know how to reload a pistol?
I don't know how to reload a pistol.
What about your stupid friend there?
I ask him.
She points at Francis.
Yes, of course.
She hands you the pistol.
Training.
He hands you a bag of powder and shot. And says,
He'll get to work
reload
starting
now.
He'll get to
Snell.
work. Yeah, not
And
understanding the language, he understands the meaning.
She points with her axe over at the other two, at Jasper and Allison. It says, "And your friends there, do they also not speak German?
No, they don't speak German. They speak English.
Why do you travel with so many stupid people?
We are visitors. I told you. We were.
You're what?
Visitors. We're not refugees. We were just traveling down the south.
Well, tell them to come help."
I taught tell them, hey, come over here. She wants to talk to you.
After the bitch just shot at me?
Yes, just come here, please.
Fucking crazy people in this town.
What is he saying?
Well, if we want to,
He's saying, of course, he's coming, and he wants to say hello to you.
now's your chance.
What the hell is she saying?
She says, what the hell are you saying? And she wants that you are a nice person to her place.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You seem stressed.
Wouldn't you be?
Well, we found them. I guess we should join them.
All right, I'll head over. The hell
Do
are
you
you
want
doing?
to try any?
Try what?
Before we get there, I whispered, "Do you want to try anything?" Without moving my lips.
With a demon nearby? I don't think so. Until we know how to deal with them, I don't want to try and go up against one.
They have shovels.
Okay, well, you see how well a shovel does against a thing from hell.
So my original thoughts that basically we have no chance.
Especially not if my weapon's not here. I'm not going to try and fight a demon with a frying pan. A man, sure.
So what is the okay? As we get there, so what are we helping with? What is this we're helping with?
This woman searches for her dead husband and her dead children because she's afraid that she's getting haunted by the undead souls.
Does she even remember when they're buried?
No, she said it could be weeks, months, or years.
Well, that's not a lot.
What are they saying?
They are asking why we are digging here on the cemetery, and yeah.
Tell them that I am the Defiler, one of the 7 rulers of Karlstadt, and that they will do what they're told.
I tell them that.
And tell them to pick up some tools.
And I tell them too.
Okay, find some tools.
Tell her she can eat the shit out of my ass. Politely, of course, and go find a shovel.
I tell her he's stunned by your beauty, and he never saw more beautiful woman ever before.
Ha! Tell him he's a terrible liar.
I tell him, please shut the fuck up. I'm so afraid that she can understand us somehow through magic.
Got your balls in a twist, eh? All right, I'll be nice.
Okay, what's your save versus poison, Jasper?
Good question. It is 12.
Okay. And Philip, what about for
16.
Allison? Okay.
Great. We're getting the plague. Awesome.
The plague.
Okay. So she will have you guys running around the rest of the night,
That's fine. Lots of talking.
moving bodies, pulling bodies out of the morgues.
I got
not
that.
the morgue, they're called the mausoleums, and then
I have
putting them back in.
Lots of questions. Lots of questions.
For who?
The guys, what have you guys been doing? Have you guys gotten into trouble? I mean, while I'm working, I might as well find out why we're in here.
Oh yes. Before you continue, Austin, what's your dexterity modifier for Francis there?
My dex mod is +1.
+1. So I think it only takes you 3 rounds to reload that pistol. Base speed is 8 for a fighter. It's a flintlock, so you can reload, I think, at double speed. So to take it down to 4 rounds, plus your +1 dexterity modifier makes it 3 rounds. Yeah, you can reload that pistol in 3 rounds. I think flintlocks are
Okay, and I try to make like if she keeps moving, I'll stay in one spot while I reload it. And once it's reloaded, I won't bring it directly to her. I'll just kind of hold on to it for the moment until she comes and gets it or some opportunity presents itself.
Sure. Yep. Flintlocks have reload times. That's right. Cool. Oh wait, have reload times at fighters right now. So have is 8. 8 minus 1 is 7. Then half that is 3.5. Half round down. Yeah, 3 rounds. I got it right. So sorry, you finished reloading it and
He was saying he wasn't going to obviously just hand it back to her unless she asked for it.
Oh, okay, right. Oh, right. What's your lowest stat?
Wisdom and charisma are both tied at 8.
Okay. She seems to have forgotten about it momentarily as she's still searching amongst the dead.
I'll kind of just try to catch the eyes of my companions and glance down at the pistol.
So how long has her family been dead?
We don't know. Like she said, maybe she doesn't know. Maybe weeks, maybe months.
Oh, that's weird. They didn't bury him?
I don't know.
How did they die?
I don't
What
know.
are they saying?
They are asking again what we're searching for, and I told her what you told us.
Just tell them my dead husband and children are hiding here somewhere. We need to find them.
Yeah, they are hiding. They say she says, yeah, hiding.
Mm.
And maybe, and when you want to kill her, you should do it quick because she uses magic spells or something like this.
Mm.
You may recall, yes, she did say when they appeared and called out, "Oi!" She cursed because she had already used her spell.
Yeah, she tried to fire it off at us before we stopped her.
Okay.
So she burned through whatever.
She did fire it off at you guys, yeah.
So, more questions. What have you guys been doing? What's going on?
This is hell. This is like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Everything is wrong in this place. We need to leave as soon as we can. This may be the only opportunity we have to kill a witch, although I don't know if it would be the smartest idea. I don't know how we would get out of the city.
I don't know how we get past the freaking abomination over there first.
Did you,
It just looks at you kind of stupidly with the upper mouth, just constantly reciting Spanish poetry.
why do you say that this place is so bad? It doesn't seem so bad.
We saw it the whole complete day. Everywhere are demons, crazy people, and it's. Did you ever read the story about Sodom and Gomorrah?
6 intelligence.
There are demons roaming the street. One that buzzes. Just pray that you do not hear the buzzing.
Is it bad?
It feels as if your blood is boiling within your own ears.
Ugh.
And the
Well-
debauchery at the whorefucker. That was something I would like to never see again.
Men affect fucking men and the fucking animals and
What?
yep.
What?
That's just odd.
There wasn't anybody fucking animals there.
Yeah, but it's where was the
There wasn't, but I mean, you can exaggerate, of course.
Yeah.
There was no bestiality. You did not see that. Just pointing out. No bestiality and no pedophilia. That's about the only debauchery you didn't see going on there.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Seems these people are desperate, but I mean, we haven't been around the city as long as you have, and you do have your very sensitive tastes, Marius.
Elbow. Valdison was like, "What do you mean? We've been here all day."
No, I mean, yeah.
Yes, how did you get into the city? And he's trying to like put on sort of like a happy tone to not give away what he's.
Well, of
It was-
course.
Yep.
We were further back in the crowd when you went through the wall.
Ah, the wall. Yes, when we went through the wall, you were behind us, of course.
It was
Right.
pretty easy to follow you, actually.
Indeed. Surprised at how simple it was to, just slip on in.
So, what kind of tool did I manage to find? I mean, weapon.
I don't know, a shovel or a pick. Probably that's the predominant things you'd find in a graveyard, I imagine.
A pick.
Yeah, because you'd use like a pick to like break up harder bits of soil before you shovel them out.
Right. So you just pick into a body and pull it over, kind of thing.
No,
just for the dirt.
Soil,
For the
yeah,
dirt.
dirt. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you could, but that's really gross.
Yeah.
So are we actually
That
digging?
said, everything you guys are currently doing is you are desecrating these bodies, of course.
Mm.
And
the
we
fact
are-
that you're disturbing them. You're actually pulling bodies out of mausoleums and searching around and putting them back in and
Gross.
digging up around the mass graves and pulling bodies out and then piling back. You guys are going to be you're getting quite the workout because you're moving bodies, so they're not light.
So, I mean, did you guys learn anything else about the other witches? Come on, ask her questions. This is your chance.
Well, there's the joy in the whorefucker. Then there is one that feeds the people with food from hell. Then there's the watcher. We saw her. And then now this woman.
Yeah, but what were they like before? All together.
I don't know.
Ask her. What kind of person was she? How did the demons come?
I don't know if I want to ask her.
We tried asking the Joy about these monsters. She offered us a ridiculous and impossible task. And
What's that mean?
She wanted that we run naked through the city and steal the lock of who?
no, she wanted a lock of the defender's hair, or for information on the monsters, and for some other information we asked. She wanted us to run naked through the city and take the hood of a militaire.
So they are not all friends. They are in competition with each other.
They seem to have some sort of disagreements. I believe there are. One of them worships the Christian God. The others do not. This one here, and he kind of nods his head towards the defiler, appears to enjoy flaunting her weapons, although the others move around unarmed.
And I'm gonna say, did any of them say anything? And I'm gonna deliberately trigger this word. The one that's gone, dead. What's her name? Bauer?
You can say Bauer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you learn anything of Bauer? Like how many were there? Aren't they all friends and sisters?
What did he say?
Oh, he was like, how long do we have to travel tomorrow to the next Bauernhof? To the next farm, because Bauer is a farmer.
Do they?
Yeah, we have to meet the farmer the next city.
I thought he was speaking of Bauer.
Yeah, he's learning German, So he's like, we're talking about the Bauernhof. So yeah.
I see. Less talking, more digging.
What-
Get to work.
What did she say?
She got suspicious because it said the name of one of the witches. She understood this.
Yeah. I'm wondering like who these people are.
Yeah, but
And you guys will, of course, all remember that the list of 7 names that you received from the Prince Bishop, Bauer was not one of the 7 names.
Yeah, that's true. But how do they plan to defend the city? What is the plan if they are not all friends and united?
I don't know if they really want to defend the city.
How about you strip naked and go steal the hood off of one of those guard guys, and maybe the joy will tell you.
How about no?
I'm
You're
down.
welcome to try.
Didn't you want to kill the witch or something from the back, or?
Give me a second.
I think there's no way we would succeed in this.
I am
Even if
gonna.
we did, we wouldn't escape.
There's nobody else around. It's just us surrounding her, right? And the demon.
Yeah. No, people stay away from the cemetery. People don't want to be messing around with the bodies when there's a plague ripping through town. Plus
Okay.
it stinks.
Well, I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna go about moving bodies, work my way from behind her, engage stealth mode, and try to garrot her.
Okay. Cool. Give me a stealth roll.
6.
Oh. Okay. She turns and looks. She says, "What are you doing?" Before you, just as you're trying to get up behind her.
Blah blah blah. What am I doing?
There, the bodies are there. That's the ones we're working on. Of course, you don't speak German, so you don't know what you say.
Oh, okay. I'll turn around and I'll try again.
Okay, give me another stealth roll.
All right. 2.
What's your stealth?
3.
Yeah, okay, you managed to this time get around her. And she's not aware. However, the demon is.
20. I'm gonna sneak attack her. Sneak attack.
Okay, so roll an attack roll.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Now, what is your sneak attack at?
4.
4. So you get a +4 to your attack roll. You also get another +2 because she's not expecting it.
Okay.
And you're attacking an armor class 12.
All right. 20.
Nice. You slam that garret right up around her neck and pull tight. She gasps and drops her axe, reaching up and trying to grab hold to try to pull it away from her neck as she's starting to just kind of struggle against it. But you haven't locked around her for the moment. Everybody roll initiative.
What's initiative again? D6?
Actually, I'll roll surprise too, just to see, because I want to see if, in fact, yeah, everybody roll surprise. So roll a d6 first for surprise. If you roll a 1 or a 2, you're surprised about what's going on.
I rolled a 5.
I rolled a 2.
She is surprised.
I got a 6 on that one.
So anybody who's not surprised may roll initiative.
Do I have to roll surprise?
No, because you initiated the attack. You can't.
Okay.
You can't have surprised yourself.
Well, then I rolled 6 on my initiative.
Okay. The demon is on 4. Okay, I see initiative. So 6 for Philip, 5, and you were surprised, right, Mark? You weren't
Yes,
expecting.
I was just shoveling away.
You were taken aback. You're like, oh, we're doing this then?
Right.
So first to go is the 6. So that is you, Philip, right? Sorry, use your character name, Valston. Roll a d6 for damage.
Okay.
She's surprised. She can't even struggle to get away from it. 6. Okay. Hot blood sprays out and pours over your hands as you pull the wire through part of her neck, sawing away and pulling, and she gurgles and collapses. She's dead.
Wow.
And we'll go to the 5s. I'll go to you first, Marius.
I tried to grab the axe and bring it to the our warrior. I forgot your name. I'm sorry. Out of clock.
Jasper.
Jasper.
Jasper Proud. Jasper Proud.
So you grab her axe and hand it to Jasper?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing then, Francis?
What does it look like the demon dark thing is doing? Is it hopping around, not dissipating or anything?
It is about to attack. Obviously, it noticed what was going on, and now it is going. You're
all right.
99% sure it's about to attack your friend who just garroted the witch.
Oh man. Okay. Did when she shot earlier, did people come and check out what was happening?
Remember I said the militiaire came around, looked, and then they thought it was going
okay.
So they're not around now.
Yeah. Then I hate to do it because it's not quite as good as shooting, but I'm gonna run up on this thing and try to clobber it with the gun.
Okay. Yep.
Ooh, god damn, that's not good. Yeah, that's a 7 to hit.
That is going to miss.
Yeah.
So actually, now that you've attacked it, I'm going to give it a 50-50 chance to attack you or to attack Valdison. It's going for you now. Since you just swung a pistol trying to strike it in the head. Okay. So it gets a +3 to its attack. What's your armor class? It's not 21, is it?
It is definitely not, and I don't have my shield.
Okay,
I don't think.
So the lower jaw in this thing opens like supernaturally wide, and it swallows Valdison whole, and he just like disappears into it. It's obviously quite magical.
Not
bigger.
Yeah,
He's
not
bigger
Valdison.
than not Valdison.
Francis.
Francis. It's obviously some kind of magic because the creature isn't even big enough, to hold him in its stomach. But yeah, it swallows him whole, and he disappears. Take 1 point of damage. And you find yourself now, Francis, standing in a cemetery again, alone, just you and the creature, face to face. There's nobody else here. There's no sounds of music. It's dead quiet. You're in the same location, but it's just you and the creature now.
Do I still have the pistol?
Oh yeah, you do.
Okay.
Now, we go to the next round of initiative. Everybody roll initiative. Creature is on 6.
I didn't get an action, right?
You did. You did. You killed the woman. You did 6 points of damage to her.
Oh, because I was on initiative 6. Yes.
Yeah. You maintained the Gurat and pulled tight, doing 6 points of damage and killing her because she only had like 4 hit points.
Okay.
But so yeah, initiatives. I've got a 1 for Marius. I got a 2 for Francis.
Am I supposed to add range or dexterity or something?
Yeah, dexterity. Yep.
Oh, okay. Then I got a 6.
Okay. So you're on 6, and the creature is also on 6. So you guys see Francis has disappeared. Oh yeah, I gotta figure out this thing's hit points. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. That's how many hit points it has. Now, you and the creature will go simultaneously. God damn it. Valdison.
At 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I will back up and load my sling.
Okay, so you're taking out your sling.
Yeah.
And loading it. You're not going to try to fire it this round.
If I do, it's at disadvantage, right?
Is that a -2?
Yeah. I'll hold because I could actually just swing it
Okay.
if he comes close to me.
Yeah, he leaps towards you and attacks you.
Okay.
But misses, I think, with an 8. So he leaps towards you, biting at you, but you're able to step aside easily as you're loading the stone into the sling. Start to twirl it, like you do. So that's the 6s. Let's see, who's on 5? That would be Jasper. Jasper Proud. You have her axe.
Right.
It's a 1d8 battle axe.
All right, so I'm going to press the attack on the demon.
Press the attack. So +2 to your attack roll, -4 to your armor class.
All right. And hopefully I go before next round in case it attacks me, so I can change my attack route. All right, so I press the attack, and I rolled a 19.
That's going to hit.
All right, I do 4 points of damage.
You do 4 points of damage, so I will take this away, and I'll drop this down. 3 more points to 2. Okay. I'm testing out a new idea for tracking hit points. Okay,
Cool.
got it. You wound it, and it kind of yelps, and the top mouth continues just reciting. It's actually reciting Chaucer's Canterbury Tales, but none of you speak Spanish, so you don't know. And next on initiative is going to be Francis. Oh, sorry, Francis. The creature also. I'll just do this creature's turn when we get to you, since you're inside of it. The creature goes before you and attempts, and swallows you whole again. Take another point of damage. Oh, no, sorry, take 2 points of damage this time, because you know. Just to keep track of that. So you take 2 points of damage this time. You're still alive?
Yeah, I had
You too?
8. I had 8, and now I have 5.
Again, you find yourself disoriented for a moment and standing right in the same spot. Again, just you and the creature. And it's your action. What do you do?
I'll raise the pistol and fire it at the creature.
Okay, roll.
Ooh, hey, that's a 18 to hit.
That is going to hit.
Awesome. What is this pistol?
Oh, roll D10. Roll D10 too to see if
yeah.
it misfires, of course. You're in dry conditions, but not going to misfires in a 1.
3.
Yep, it's fine. So boom, you shoot it.
So
Damage.
2d6 for most guns.
1d8.
1d8. Okay.
Yeah, 1d8.
Oh shit, that's the one die I don't have. Could you roll that for me? It's missing from my die
Sure.
for some reason.
8.
Oh, cool.
So you do 8 points of damage to this one. Let's track. I'll track it with this die here. Yeah, that'll work. So you do 8 points of damage to it. You wound it, but it's still up. And we go now to 1. That would be Marius.
I tried to grab. Was it a dagger or was it a knife from the?
She had a dagger and a short sword.
I tried to grab the short sword.
Okay, yeah, you can grab the short sword, no problem. If you want to attack with it, you can do so at a -2.
No, I just grab it and
try.
wait.
But you already had the shovel, right?
He did. But he wanted the short sword.
Okay.
Leave him alone.
Okay. Yeah.
Play your own character. Roll initiative.
All right.
The creature is on 2 this time.
All right.
I'm on 2.
I am on 4.
Okay. So is anybody on 6? Nobody's on 6. Okay, so first we'll go to you, Austin. So Francis is on 5, facing down this creature in what you can only assume is like another realm or something, like another. You can't even know what's going on.
Okay, so in this cemetery, are there any like buildings?
Yeah. It's you're basically, it's like Karlstadt, but it's silent. It's only you and the creature here. Just imagine Karlstadt with everybody gone.
Man, I kind of want to run to the door of the nearest building.
Probably run around to the door of the church itself.
Yeah, the church. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you run around. You can't get inside this round, but you can get around to where the door, pretty close to where the door is, and you can see there's no milits in there anywhere around. Still got the sign there that says, Burger Frieden Milits headquarters, whatever. But Yeah, you don't see anybody around. And the creature pursues you. Now, next, who else is on 5? Outside, it was Marius.
Yeah, I try to hit.
Try to hit the creature?
Yeah.
Go for it. Roll a d20.
Wait.
Add your strength modifier plus your your melee modifier.
Yeah.
Hmm?
-1.
-1 for your strength, but you have +1 for your level, so you're at.
I rolled a 20.
Right? That's going to hit.
Yeah.
20 always hits.
So,
So give me damage. D6 for short sword.
6. A 4.
4, so I'll take that away. Okay, the creature's wounded again, and it yelps in pain, kind of like a kicked dog. And then we go down to 4 for Jasper.
All right. And
The other route just keeps on reciting the Canterbury Tales in Spanish.
still pressing the attack.
Okay, go for it.
All right. Oh, that's a hit.
Okay, give me some damage.
That is a 17. Was it 5 plus 5 plus another 2? Yeah, 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, +7 for that. Nice. All right. 5 points.
5 points. Ooh, it's really badly wounded. It's like it's still kind of hopping, but it's also hobbling. It's like limping along, kind of sagging down to one side, badly wounded, bleeding all over the place. It's gross, like green, almost neon blood. Really badly wounded. And we get to the 2s, which is the creature and Francis, both, right? Simultaneously. Valdison, sorry. I'm going to roll randomly determine which of you it attacked, because it was after Valdison, but now it's been wounded by both of the other guys. So my random determination, let's see who from left to right, 1, 2, 3. It's going for Valdison again.
Okay.
And it goes simultaneously as Valdison, so you can roll your attack too.
Okay. I'm gonna melee with the sling.
You're going to melee with the sling. Okay?
Yeah.
Roll
I'm
it.
gonna swing it really fast and just bam it right on top of his head like a sap.
Okay, roll it.
I got a +1 base attack bonus, right? 13.
Yep. 13 misses.
Okay.
And the creature, what's your armor class?
13.
Missed. And inside the mouth, the other creature attacks you again, Francis, and misses. And we go to initiative again.
All right.
Such a bizarre creature.
Yeah.
2 again.
Creatures on 4. Ooh, Francis on 6. Francis, you're definitely first.
So I want to burst through the church door, slam it behind me, and see if there's any sort of bar I can put over it.
No, there is not. You can slam the door shut in the creature's face.
Okay, I will do that, and then just shove. Is there anything around that I could put in front of it? Is an inward opening door?
It is church doors. Let's see. No, it is an outward opening door.
Well, shit. Okay. Then are there any?
Gonna hold it.
Are there any like stairs around, or any other doors inside this church?
There are stairs that would lead up to an upper level. Yeah. Other doors not nearby. There'd be other doors, but they'd be kind of far from where you are right now.
Can a dog open a door? That's the good question.
It's actually.
I don't know. Can a dog swallow a fully grown man whole?
Yes, it's not quite a dog. So.
I've seen that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess I'll hold the door for the moment and prepare myself for the next turn to sprint towards another door. I want to get basically a door that I can kind of barricade long enough to try to reload the gun.
Okay. Cool. And then we go to 5s. Anybody have 5? No. 4. That was Marius.
Marius.
You are muted, Jens.
Yep. Sorry.
Okay.
I hit.
Roll. You hit. What'd you get?
Wait.
Oh, you mean your attack. Sorry.
Yeah, attack. Yeah. 17.
17 is exactly its armor class.
Huh.
Give me a damage.
D6. 5.
Describe to me how you kill the creature with a short sword.
What? Okay. I just stab from above. How big is the creature? Like
I said, it's about the size of a pit bull terrier. You can see in the image there, right next to.
I just point my sword from above and hit it in the upper mouth while it's speaking and screaming, and just stab it right into those upper mouth and nail it to the ground through the body.
So the creature dies. All of its internal organs vaporize, killing all who were inside of it.
You guys hear this faint scream of Francis echoing out from the mouth as these vapors emerge from this gaping mouth of this dead demon, and just this sort of.
Poor
It's as if the entire world around you is being dissolved by acid, Francis, and comes in on you as well.
Aww.
That's sad.
Now, nobody fired any guns outside.
Not outside.
Right, okay. Let's see if you've attracted any attention. No. Fortunately, you've done this all in the cemetery. People stay away from the cemetery.
1,000 silver pieces, friends?
You want to cut her head off?
Yep.
I'm
Search
sure
the
Don't be
body.
too hard. You've already taken it halfway off with the.
I have an
hammer.
axe. I'll finish the job.
Yeah, one swift swing, just right through the spine.
Search the rest of her body. She's got nothing. Everything's been taken from her, right?
Oh yeah, she had a pistol, but it's gone now. So is her ammo bag and shot, or her powder and shot bags, because Francis had them with him.
Right.
But she does have a dagger, and obviously, the axe, and the axe is with Jasper at the moment, and the short sword is currently in the hand of Marius. Got a hat. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't have her spell book with her. I'd be back at her house.
Find her house.
Do we even know where her house is, though?
You haven't decided.
Would we even know stuff like that? Not being mages or wizards or witches.
Probably not.
No, but it still would want to. She's not. She has refugees in her home, doesn't she?
Who knows?
No.
We don't even know where her house is.
Because there was only one person that lives alone.
That's what that's what one lady said, but we don't even know where she lives.
No.
We could find out. Hey, where does this lady live?
Yeah, hold up the head. Murder!
Speaking of which, you are now holding the head of one of the 7 rulers of the city.
Well, I'm sure we have a sack we can put it in.
Good idea. Does anybody have a sack?
I have my backpack.
Okay, you put it in your backpack. All the contents of your backpack are covered in witch gore.
Yeah, but I don't think I want to put it in that. She must have a sack on her, right?
She's got her dress.
You could wrap her up in the to take the coat off of her and wrap her up in that.
Yeah, she could just be another dead body in the pile.
Right. Just fling her into one of the graves. The rest of the body in one of the graves.
Easy enough to make a makeshift sack with all the rotten clothing and stuff around.
Right.
Nobody will even know she's gone.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with her body?
Fling it into one of the mass graves and toss other bodies on top of it.
Good idea. The demon too, I presume?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Good.
And use a shovel to cover up all the bloodstains.
Good. Wow. You guys are, a lot of games, people talk about murder hobos. You guys are professionals.
I've been at this a while.
Professional murderers. They're murder hobos.
I mean, I've done this kind of thing before, but
have you?
Not really to a woman.
Tell more, Philip. I'm sure nobody is listening. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I mean, you're talking about me? No, I'm talking
about your character. Okay,
my character.
I see. Just checking.
We're no strangers.
Okay. Sun's going to be up in still a handful of hours away.
I am not taking this head through the gate. If we're going to leave the city with it, it's going over the wall.
Yeah. And you wrapped it in her own clothes, basically?
I wrapped it up in multiple pieces of cloth because it's going to drip for a while.
Yeah.
I'd rather not be carrying around a bloody sack or obviously bloody sack.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she was obviously out of her mind. She was pretty easy. I don't think anybody else would be that easy, except maybe the mother, who seems to be also on her own. But I say,
what about Francis? He was swallowed by that thing.
I know, but I mean, he was gone the minute he was swallowed.
I have the feeling that he's now at a better place.
Oh, poor boy.
I think he was swallowed and put in the pits of hell. I mean, isn't that where you would go if you were swallowed by a demon?
Yeah, he died fighting a demon. He won't go to hell.
Right.
Oh, okay. You want to say a prayer for him?
Please.
Say a little prayer for you.
Cross myself.
Oh, right. Austin, if you wanted, you could just send it to me in a PM or whatever. Just send me a list of whatever equipment you left behind back at the refugee camp, just so I know what kind of stuff the party has gained through your absence. Okay. So, you guys got a few hours until the sun comes up.
There is one thing Austin had on his body when he went in there. He had 10 silver. Well, I've already marked it off on the sheet there, luckily.
Oh,
10
yeah,
silver, 100
coins.
copper.
Yep.
So, yeah, I've already marked it off the main coffers. So, yeah.
Good call.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A few hours to sunrise. You guys are in Karlstadt in possession of one of the witch's heads in a dripping sack, makeshift cloth sack.
How about... I think, Valdison, I think you would have the easiest time taking this over the wall and back to the camp. And then Marius and I can leave through the gate in the morning. Or we can all go over the wall now. It didn't seem too hard to get out. Or get in. Can't imagine. They're more worried about people coming in than coming out, so...
Yeah, we could let's just all go over the wall.
Yeah, I agree. Let's get out of this place for now.
Okay, let me see if you get caught trying to go over the wall. You do not. You guys can make it back out over the wall. All of you. Well, all three of you. And back to the refugee camp.
All right. Excellent.
And I think that's where I'm going to end the session.
Sounds good.
It's going to be, let's say, 3:30 a.m. on the 11th of October. Wow, we really just covered about 12 hours of time. That's still good. Yep. 3:30 a.m. at the refugee camp.
Oh, quick question before we leave the city. Mm-hmm. Should we take the axe and some of those tools and throw them somewhere so if we come back into the city, we can get them?
That's not a bad idea to stow them away somewhere.
That's really good. Yeah.
Okay, sure. If you want to do that, you can. That's pretty smart.
Wrap them up in like
bury them somewhere in the cemetery?
Right, like behind one of them, towards the wall, like the back wall, but still inside the wall so we can get to them easy. But
okay, so not in the cemetery.
Well, in the cemetery.
Okay.
Definitely in the cemetery, but...
Yeah, because that's the place with the least amount of people around.
Right.
There's basically nobody.
There's like that big mausoleum in like the northwest corner of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like along the wall. Not in front of the door, but along the wall there.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good idea. So you can just take a note of that. If anybody wants to write down your character notes, just what weapons you have stashed. So there was a shovel, a pick. We can say 2 shovels, 2 picks. Because there's 4 of you, and each of you had a tool. So 2 shovels, 2 picks, the axe. Any of the other weapons you want to leave? The short sword and the dagger?
Yeah, I think we should.
Leave them all. We got plenty of stuff on the other side.
So you got a battle axe, short sword, dagger, 2 shovels, 2 picks.
I'll keep the garret.
Yeah, well, you brought that in with you. I figured you would.
Yeah.
Nice use of the garret, by the way.
I mean, I rolled a 20. What? A 20 followed by a 6 initiative, really. And-
Right. You really made her short work of her.
Well, I was just like, either this stuff is either it's possible or it's not. You know, I wanted to find out. And if
Well, that actually bolstered my confidence a lot. After we killed one of the witches and a
You
demon.
guys can take 20 experience points each, the three of you, for the combat. For
Okay.
defeating the demon and the witch. That's worth 20 XP. And also, quickly here, how many sessions have you been to? So, Merrick, you've been to all 4 sessions so far, right?
I have, yes.
So you can take 1,000 XP.
Me too.
You can take 1,000 XP. Philip, you've been to 3 of the 4, right?
Mhm.
You can take 750 XP. I'm gonna start giving a 250 XP per session, just attendance award, I think.
Cool.
sounds good.
It's, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up.
Yeah.
Austin, you could have one too, but I think I don't think you're gonna. I assume you're not coming back, right? Because your campaign other group is moving to Fridays.
Yeah, so I probably won't be back for most of these. I might
Well,
drop in with a new character occasionally. Just as
You're always welcome.
it's a short.
Thanks for
visit.
playing, guys.
Yeah, no,
Thanks
that
for
was great.
running.
I'm
That
just
was a great
gonna.
death.
I'm just gonna end the recording, but we'll do this again in a week for session 5.
Okay.
And yeah.
Thanks for watching.
No, wrong button. Hold on.